This is Radio Now 95.3 FM. Come for the news, stay for informed conversations.
We turn to Abuja, where a protest at the gate of the FCTA administration by students of public secondary schools has drawn attention to the fact that public education in Abuja has been suspended since March this year. The industrial action by teachers in the FCT is to protest the government's failure to implement the 70,000 naira minimum wage. Now, this industrial action has disrupted academic activities, raising concerns about government's commitment to workers' welfare, and students were mobilized to attend the latest protests. Joining the conversation this morning is Margaret Jethro. Ms. Jethro is the Secretary of the Nigerian Union of Teachers in the FCT. Good morning, ma'am. Thank you for joining us on the conversation.
Thank you. Good morning. Thank you for having me. Good morning, listeners.
Right. Can you give us a quick overview of what is at stake for teachers in the FCT?
Yes, thank you. The primary school teachers in FCT have been in and out of strike action since January 2022 due to the non-payment of their legitimate entitlements, ranging from implementation and payment of promotion arrears, implementation and payment of annual increments that are supposed to be automatic. We have what we call peculiar allowance that was given to federal workers in 2023 by the then President Muhammadu Buhari. The 40% peculiar allowance was meant for federal workers who are on COMS, consolidated salary. As you know, the Federal Capital Territory is not a state, and all the workers there are federal workers, including the primary school teachers. So, the money was paid to all the workers in FCT, including the secondary school teachers, but the primary school teachers were left out. And we have been on the issue. Right from 2023 up to now, that money has not been paid. When President Bola Tinubu came on board in 2023, due to the removal of subsidy on fuel and the attendant high cost of living, the wage award of 35,000 naira was approved. Every worker in FCT, including the secondary school teachers, were paid, but the primary school teachers were left out. Before the implementation, the approval of the new minimum wage in 2024, there was an increase of 35 and 25% salary increases for workers. That equally was paid to all the workers in FCT, including secondary school teachers, but the primary school teachers were not paid. Fast forward to the implementation of the 70,000 minimum wage that was approved in 2024. It has been paid, including the arrears, to all the workers in FCT, but that of the primary school teachers have been left out. We have been on this issue. You all know the cost of living now in FCT. And due to the cost of living, especially transportation, due to the high cost of transportation, most of the workers have been told to come to work maybe 2 times or 3 times in a week, just because of the high cost of living. But as you all know, teachers must go to work every day. The teachers cannot afford not to go to the classroom each day. And you look at somebody who have to pay like 4,000, 5,000 to go to work every day. At the end of the month, you know how much that amount is. Feeding is not inclusive. Not to talk of something that will remain to take care of their family members.
Right. I mean, I can imagine, ma'am.
I
can imagine, ma'am, that it's been a harrowing experience for primary school teachers in the FCT. I'm curious, since these protests, what has been the response from government, whether the Ministry of Education, the FCT minister himself, or just the federal government in total?
Yes. Since we started this in and out and of strike, you know, the federal government, each time we give them notice we are going to embark on strike, we give them ultimatum, letters are written, no response. I just discovered that the government don't have the political will to pay this money. Now, the minister will tell us that the primary school teachers are under the local government and that the local government is a tier of itself. But he has forgotten that the area council, so to say, in FCT, we call them area council, are under the FCTA, the Federal Capital Territory Administration. So he always tries to exonerate himself, and we told him that it's not supposed to be like that. Though when he came on board, right from when he came on board in 2023, that is the minister of the FCT, we have gone on strike for up to 6 times. We have been in and out of school. The primary school teachers have been in and out of school for up to 6 times within the short time he came to the Federal Capital Territory. Though, to be fair to him, he met on ground 25 months minimum wage arrears of 2019, and he was able to use the internally generated revenue of the area council to implement to pay that money. But since that time, we have not seen enough commitment from him because he is the supervisory minister of these area councils. So we expect him to do more. In fact, it got to a stage we have to embark on protest on the 24th of April this year. We have to call out the whole teachers in FCT, including the local government workers under Nolgi. We protested, but after that, nothing much was done. So it has been a serious experience in FCT primary school. These children have been denied. They are being punished for no cause of theirs. So this is the situation in FCT as it is.
Ms. Jethro, thank you very much for your time on this conversation. Margaret Jethro is the Secretary of the Nigerian Union of Teachers in Abuja, joining us this morning to speak on the latest protest by pupils and teachers of the schools in the FCT who are protesting a failure of the government to implement the payment of entitlements, as we've been informed, running back since 2023.
This is Radio Now 95.3 FM. Come for the news, stay for informed conversations.